Hello there, class. Today we're gonna be talking about patience. Today we're gonna learn about what patience is, why do we lose our patience, and how to control ourselves if we feel like we're running out of patience. We're gonna start off by explaining what patience is. Patience have two meanings. The first one is to wait calmly without complaining or becoming annoyed. Two, the ability to continue to do something despite difficulty. I want you to think for a few seconds about a time when you had to be patient. These are common examples of times that we all have to show patience. The first one is on a long journey, the second one is waiting for your turn, third one is trying to get something right, fourth one is in a line to purchase something or buy something, and finally, looking forward to something. As you can see, this is story time. This is a story about patience. It's called The Tortoise and the Rabbit. Once there lived a rabbit who liked to brag about how fast he could run. Tired of hearing his bragging, a tortoise challenged him to a race. All their animal friends gathered to watch. Ready, set, go! Shouted the badger as he fired the starting pistol. The rabbit raced off at top speed and was soon out of sight. Slow and steady wins the race, said the tortoise to himself as he set off slowly. After he had been running for 10 minutes, the rabbit began to feel a little tired. He stopped underneath a large shady tree. I'll stop here for a rest, he said. The silly old tortoise won't catch up with me. He lay down and closed his eyes. Before he knew it, he had fallen fast asleep. Quite some distance behind the rabbit was the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race, he repeated. The tortoise continued moving as quickly as his little legs could carry him, but extremely slowly to any observer. His friends cheered him on, and even though he was tired, he continued around the racetrack. After an hour or so, the tortoise passed the rabbit sleeping under a large tree. Slow and steady wins the race, said the tortoise. I have no time to rest. He continued around the track, motivated by his friends' cheers and shouts of encouragement. Eventually, all the cheering woke the rabbit up. He realized that he had fallen asleep and started to panic. Jumping up, he ran as fast as he could towards the finish line, only to see the tortoise get there before him. Slow and steady wins the race, chanted all the animals as they lifted the tortoise above their heads. I want you to think for a few seconds about how the tortoise demonstrated patience. The tortoise demonstrated patience by not giving up even though he was very tired, and the second thing, even though the tortoise was very slow, he took all his time and he went for what he wanted until he got to the finish line. This is where we're gonna know why we lose our patience. We are gonna understand how our minds work. This theory was discovered by Dr. Steve Peters. Dr. Peters said that we have two parts in our brains, the monkey part and the human part. The monkey part thinks in a very emotional way and his actions are based on his feelings, while the human part thinks in a logical way and he looks for the truth and facts. The characteristics of the monkey part that he tends to overreact. He can be paranoid, which makes him worry about things that aren't real. He can be very quick to judge. He can also quickly jump to an opinion. He doesn't wait for all the information and he can be very emotional, which makes him a very impatient part. On the other hand, the human part thinks calmly. He uses common sense, which makes his thinking very rational. He looks for the truth and facts, then acts on them. He's open minded and he sees other people's point of view, and he is logical, which makes this part very patient. In conclusion, both parts of the brain react in every situation, but in different ways. Both are thinking what to do about it, but some of the time they don't agree. The monkey is more powerful than the human part and will win unless you learn how to manage it. How can you control your monkey, or in other words, how can you control yourself if you feel like you're running out of patience? 1. You can take some deep breaths. 2. You can talk to someone you trust. 3. You can move out of the situation altogether until you are calm. And 4. You can think of solutions. Before we go to the next slide, I want you to take a few seconds to think of ways that you can help yourself if you need more patience. Finally, these are three quotes about patience. 1. Nature does not hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. 2. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. 3. With love and patience, nothing is impossible. So, which one was your favorite? Hope you enjoyed today's topic. Thank you for watching.